We're here today to launch a new neighbourhood watch for Harmony for the Palmview area. It's a really important initiative because we know that community policing is a really important aspect of complementing the police that we have on the ground, supporting the community from a crime and community safety perspective.
We're hearing a lot of juvenile offending behaviour, a lot of vehicles being stolen. I'd say a lot. In comparison to the state, not very many, but we do have a vehicle crime issue. We'd like to address that. From an officer in charge point of view, I check Facebook and things like that, and I see anecdotally that people are saying they've had more crime, the crime's reoccurring all the time. I don't see that in the figures, because if it's non-reported, we don't get to hear about it. So I'm urging people, and the Neighbourhood Watch here gives us an opportunity to find out what people on the ground are seeing and hearing and doing, and then we can encourage them to come forward and report the crime for us.
We're a bit further out, so we got a little bit frustrated with seeing just crime report on Facebook and people complaining. So we decided to actually be part of the solution and not the problem, and be that conduit between the police and the community of what's happening, and sort of some education for the community about how to report and what the police actually do.
With Neighbourhood Watch, it's obviously community-based from their point of view. From our point of view, it allows us to go into the community to find out what their concerns are from a community level, because obviously from a policing point of view, we have stats that says there's crime here, there's this, and we have a focus. But from a community point of view, we can get in, support them with their concerns and fears, and then maybe redress how we go about policing the area. So it's a supportive role. It's a conduit for them to come into us, and we can go back out to them with some answers. Because obviously I've had a finite number of resources that I can put out on the ground at any one time. If I'm aware of better aware of where crime is happening, because I'm getting information from the Neighbourhood Watch, I can task accordingly. It helps me prevent and disrupt the crime that is occurring. And obviously the focus for the QPS is disruption tactics, to get in and change behaviours and try and nip it in the bud before it occurs. It's good for us to get in on the ground so we can explain where we're coming from, make them feel safe collectively as a body in their new estate. They are further out, so our response times are a little bit, they're further out again. So we've got to make sure that we're looking after everybody. It's a collective responsibility from them to let us know what's going on, and then we can get in early and try and address issues.
We want to get back to that old school community where you know your neighbours. You can pop next door and ask them, if you can borrow some milk, or if, they're ducking to the shop, can they grab you anything? Or if you're away for a little while, would they mind checking on your house and your bin and things like that? Especially as a lot of first homeowners, we're definitely finding that's the cry from the communities. They want that old school neighbourhood feel, and that's what we're trying to achieve.
I find in my job that when you have a group that comes to you and says, Christian, we've got a real issue that we need to deal with, you really need to stand up and take notice. I don't want to discredit the effectiveness of just one person to make change, but when you've got a group working together, they're representing their community, it can really send shockwaves to levels of government, be it council or the state or federal government. You need to take people more seriously.
This is a really important initiative, and it's an initiative that's come out of the community, supported by the Queensland Police and by Councillor Christian Dixon as well, and I'm really pleased to support it.